Hello guys, and welcome back to another live stream, and today we will be continuing on with some more of the yesterday's Punk Spider-Man. I'm just adjusting things a moment, making sure you can see everything okay, and I think hopefully I've taken away that shade, the shade that was on there yesterday, because actually doesn't make any difference. But yeah, give me a second guys to do the test that I did yesterday. As yesterday I did sort everything out, but I've been to the opticians today and I haven't had time to get everything sorted out. But as I said, we're going to be doing some more of the art today. Do you know what? I can just go like this. You can see it now. Like I said, guys, I'm going to be continuing on with this drawing. As yes, we're at the final stages, because we've sketched it on paper, then we've inked it, and then we've Copic colored that one on the art piece, on a paper, sorry. And as always, guys, I always bring everything over to my Critter file, which is a free app, and it should be down below in the last video, so go check that video out if you want the link, or just check out yesterday to see how we got to this point. And as always, guys, enjoy the stream today. I'm going to be listening to some more of the Comic Storian. I might even listen to a bit of Comics Explained. Is there anything you guys want to know about this Spider-Man series? And anything else? But I'm going to be coming back tonight to play some more of the Spider-Man PS4 game. As last night I was too tired and I had to get up a bit earlier this morning, so I couldn't really be up late as I normally are. But yeah, guys, I'm going to be continuing on with this, and doing some more shading, putting some more detail, and using a few more of these, what are they called? Brushes here. Hopefully everything's looking okay for you. Everything's looking okay for me. You can't see certain amounts of tone and colour, which I'm going to try and sort out a minute, guys, with my camera. Actually, you've got a few minutes. What I'm doing, guys, is I've got my TV on in the other, no, not the other room. What I'm talking about, in close to me, so I can see what I'm doing, and I'm looking at that at the moment. So give me a moment or two while I sort this out and get this focused in. And as always, guys, we are live today. So if you want to leave a comment at any point today, don't fret. You can by hitting that live chat button, or you can comment down below if you're watching late. And always, guys, my name is Blut084, BLUT084, Art and Games. I'm going to go and find my playlist that I've got ready from Comic Storian, but I might listen to a bit of Comics Explained today, because we've run out of actual Spider-Man stories from the Comic Storian. So yesterday we listened to their Deadpool and what was he called? Deadpool and Spider-Man team up. So don't forget, if you just want to listen to that, guys, go over there and check it and listen. Have a listen in the background. What I do, guys, is I listen to people or people explaining stuff, people kind of like audiobooks in the background while I draw. So you guys have something to listen to while you're actually watching, because it will take me approximately hour, 2 hours to get to the point where I think I'm comfortable, I want to stop again. And if you're an avid drawer, then check out the other videos so you can learn how to draw it yourself. But I do think that's a little bit low, so I'm going to make that ever so slightly higher. Or I could leave it where it is, actually, and then you can see the brushes, what brushes I'm using. Saying that, we could listen to the Miles Morales story. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Miles Morales is the Ultimate Spider-Man, from the Ultimate Spider-Man universe. Just finding it here, guys, in the background. I've actually brought out another video, which is They also do DC and other things like that, but we won't be listening to DC obviously today, because Marvel is what we like to listen to when we do the Marvel streams. Go to their playlist and go to their channel. Give me a second, guys. It's going to take me a moment or two. Get everything sorted out. And if you do want to comment, guys, and I don't see it straight away, I do apologise. I'm going to get my phone in a moment or two to check if anything is being said. So stay watching and bear with me. Write a few comments if you are still there. And I'll check in momentarily. What should we listen to? I'm looking for origin stories. Could technically listen to some more Deadpool, I suppose, as it's a continuation from yesterday. Should have had this done earlier, but I've not had that much time today. As like I said at the beginning of the video, I've been to the opticians today. I've literally watched. There we go. We're not up to here. So we'll continue from here and listen on. There's actually another. Give me a second. Right, guys, I'm going to rewind that. There we go. We're going to continue on with the Miles Morales playlist I've got going. There we go. Right, okay. Let me know if you can see this okay, guys, as what I can see on the screen is looking okay. I take trade paperbacks and single issues, and then I break them down before I read them dramatically back to you. And that's Comic Historian in the background, guys. Now, this is issues 3 through 5 of Spider-Man. We're looking okay there. So what I'm going to do is turn that PlayStation off now. And fight against a demon from another dimension, but it does take place before Civil War II. This is the storyline right before that. So we'll be getting to the Civil War II storyline very soon, but I hope you guys enjoy. When we last left off, Miles' grades were slipping. His grandmother was called in. Miles' father, Jefferson, tries to tell Gloria that... Actually get messages on the PlayStation. Bear with me, guys. Gloria then goes back to yelling at Miles, asking... Show me your face. Why would you want to see my face? In Miles' mind, he wants to scream, I'm Spider-Man! But he can't. Before Miles can even try to defend himself, Gloria takes away Miles' phone. Miles' mother, Rio, then says actually he needs that phone. He does live on campus during the week. Gloria tells everyone that he can get his phone back after he earns it. And right now, it's time for him to do some homework. With that, Miles heads upstairs to his room, slamming his door. But as he lays in bed, Miles begins to think about how maybe he should leave. Maybe he should go live with the Avengers. What is he supposed to do now without a phone? What if Iron Man calls or Miss Marvel? Back downstairs, Rio tries to tell her mother that maybe she's being a bit over the top. Gloria tells her that she is the one who called her over here to scare the boy straight, and she is still keeping his phone. Just then the doorbell rings and Rio answers it. A young girl says hello. Her name is Lana Baumgartner, and she's a friend of Miles. Rio tells her that Miles can't come down to the door at the moment. And then Gloria swings the door open, asking, what are you selling? Lana asks her, I'm sorry? Yeah, what normally happens, guys, if I have too much going on, the YouTube will drop out, so I don't want to do that. I'm going to get my phone out again so I can get the phone going, because then I can see any comments that do come in. Miles is the drug dealer. But again, guys, my name is Blut084, BLUT084. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel so you can check out the daily streams. Or if you ever want to chat to me, you can leave messages on the posts that I put out daily to let you know what I'm doing every other day. Did some more on my Mixer channel yesterday, guys. If you didn't already know, I'm on Mixer as well. Same name, different place. And also Instagram, which I also post what else I'm getting up to. But before Miles can even think about sneaking out, Gloria shouts, who are you talking to? The bedroom door flies open as Gloria starts to look around the room, asking who he was talking to. And Miles tells her that since she took his phone, he has no one to talk to. Gloria hugs Miles, telling him that she's doing this for his own good. He needs to straighten up and let Jesus guide him. But as she leaves, Gloria also says, thank you, Jesus, for bringing Russell. So rain check. And also stay off the truck. Meanwhile, Great. Like I said yesterday, guys, we did layers. Just literally give me 5 minutes. There we go. We did layers. We started with the sketch, and we took that sketch. We went around that sketch with more fine line pen here, and then colored it in. So we started to color on one layer, and then on different layers, guys. You can learn everything you want to learn yesterday. You can check that one out. But each layer has a different. You can sort of paint underneath. So if I was going to paint here, this red here, it wouldn't affect this blue here. I'll just do a quick little doodle here so you can see what I mean. So if I go on that one there, and there we go. See, I'm going completely underneath it as if it's actually wearing a jacket. Go and check that out yesterday. So to learn how and why you need different layers, because it is very important to have different layers on your paintings that you're doing online, guys. Or if you're just doing it at home, again, I will post the app. This is completely free, which is what I'm using today. Completely free. So if you want to go and get it yourself, I will post the link at the bottom and the end of the video.
Miles' mouth drops. His friend just told somebody his secret identity. He tells Genki to say that he's joking, but Genki tells him, it's cool, we can trust him. Fabio looks at the two of them and asks, what is this? Genki holds out his phone with an article about Spider-Man and says, no, seriously, he's Spider-Man. Fabio goes on to tell him, if this is for real, Miles is right, you really shouldn't have told me that. Miles storms off, and Genki says that Miles has been acting weird lately, and he figured that he could use some friends to relate with. But then Genki says, you know, just throwing
We use different brushes so I can get different shapes as well, because we're running out of need for just a bog standard brush. We'll be adding some like tears and rips to the jacket, adding some shading to the face, and also the lines for the spider web over the mask and the chest.
Then they turn back around, and that's straightforward. One of the missiles shoots by and hits a building. So Miles swings over to the Parker Institute.
Nice square, blocky one that I like.
Was it shield or is that thing that isn't shield?
Yeah, there he is. Right, if I make that smaller ever so slightly, maybe I'll make it a little bit bigger. And we're going to go nice grey up in the top corner.
His body falls to the ground, and everyone gathers around the scene. And just then, a van pulls up, and someone with a gun starts to fire into the crowd. Everyone begins to run away.
It gives you a straighter edge if you use this one.
We should call that Black Cat team and tell her to open up that checkbook. Meanwhile, back over at the academy, Fabio takes Genki up and offers to let him crash there. After letting him in, Genki...
What I might do is go around it again once I'm completely finished. So I can... I'm going to go in and get a bit more. So I can actually give it a bit of a pop.
Fabio tells him, well, we all just met and all, but no, you really shouldn't have. Fabio then goes on to tell him, well, good news is that you were right, and I'm not going to tell anyone. However, as the two of them continue to talk, a notification goes up in Genki's laptop. Fabio asks what it is, and Genki tells him that it's a vlog that he follows. This girl who's totally obsessed with Miles ever since his costume ripped open on camera. The two of them watch the video. She says that she just received shocking images moments ago. The screen changes to show Spider-Man laid out on the ground in a pool of blood, and then a group of men got out of a van and dragged him away. A short while later, Felicia and Hammerhead stand in front of Miles. She says that he's really knocked out cold, and Hammerhead asks if he should shake him awake. Felicia tells him that she would rather him not, but right now they need to check his fingerprints to see how much this kid is really worth to them.
Okay, right. So now I'm going to do individual darker colors.
One of Miles' red shoes. The man then holds the scanner to Miles' fingers and says, uh-oh. The man says this kid has no...
And then what I'll do after that is I'll shade in,
Hammerhead says that he's just never been...
or blend them in slightly with the other tools that you have on here.
Anywhere. Felicia realizes that this means that this kid is connected. The man says, this kid is S.H.I.E.L.D. We need to get him out of here like 10 minutes ago. But as the man pulls his hand away, he feels a small prick, like something bit him. Felicia asks what's wrong. The man suddenly begins to get electrocuted. After looking around, Felicia asks, what did he do? And Miles tells her, hang on, trying something. Just then, Miles' eyes begin to glow and he releases a massive electric shock breaking out of his restraints. She shouts, the other Spider-Man couldn't do that. And Hammerhead says that he's got this. After a moment of preparation, Hammerhead runs in, headbutting Miles in the stomach, slamming him into the wall. He then holds Miles up, ready to punch him. But before he can get a swing in, Miles wraps himself around Hammerhead's arm and he shocks it. Just as the grip loosens, Miles kicks Hammerhead in the head, and as he lands, Miles realizes that he just broke his foot with that one. Felicia watches and decides that it's time for her to leave, and Miles aims his web shooters and shoots, except he's got no web shooter on that arm because they took it off. So before he can aim with his other arm, Hammerhead charges back into ramming Miles in the back. He continues to swing, and Miles begins to think that the Venom Blast should be kicking the back right about, and that's when Hammerhead stops. So while the Venom Blast goes through Hammerhead's body, Miles gives him a swift kick in the butt and follows after Felicia.
Okay,
he calls out to her as she hops onto the rooftops, but she stops and tells him that she would stop right there if she was him. He stands there asking, why? Why did you come after me? Felicia tells him bluntly, because she's trying to run a business, and he's bad for business the moment that he puts the costume on. She goes on stating that she knew he was an Avenger. She just didn't know he was that connected. Miles says that he really doesn't know what that means, but she's under arrest. She tells him cute, but he doesn't get to do that. He's a vigilante. But hey, when he gets older, come find her, and she can show him how to make some real money. But come after her again. Miles tries to shout that she's going to
do now, guys, is I'm blending it in ever so slightly more. Not sure if I'll keep the blending. I'm just going to test it out for a minute.
One of the officers says, no, who doesn't even know? Back in my day, Spider-Man would always leave a note. It was completely inadmissible in court, but at least it was polite. Back over at the academy, Yankee and Fabio find Miles sitting on a bench. Fabio says that it looks like a guy with a big head dragged him away. And Yankee adds they were running around looking for him. He then sits down and tells them he's sorry. Miles stops him and says that he knows, but they need to talk this out, including Fabio.
It just takes away that very blocky look to it.
A woman sits in her car taking pictures of the three boys. Now, directly after this, we go into the Civil War II event, which did have some ramifications for Miles, because the Vision said he was going to kill Captain America. But other than that, this is pretty much where we are with Miles Morales right now. Now, personally, I like Miles Morales because I like the fact that we can have Peter Parker be an adult and have adult problems. When we get Miles, we still get the classic kid Spider-Man. It's great. I love it. We get the best of both worlds. And if you want more Spider-Man, then make sure you subscribe to the channel to get your dose of Spider-Man when we put it out. Also, you can follow me on Twitter @ComicStory and Instagram. I'll see you next time right here.
Notice there's a little bit of fragmentation, so I do apologize if that happens during the stream, guys.
You need a way to manage customers.
Adverts.
You probably spend most of your day in your inbox.
Yep. You don't pay me for them, you don't get them on the channel.
Welcome to Comic Story's Complete Story Series. Here we take comic books and recount them in a rather interesting way. You see, we break it down to its bare bones story, and then we added some music and voices. All alterations to the panel, text, and images are to prevent copyright problems, and all art is owned by its respective companies. Now, this is an interesting storyline. You see, a little while ago, Marvel did a little event called Secret Wars. In that event, alternate universes were revealed, and we got some fun storylines out of them. One of those storylines is a what-if storyline about Spider-Man. What if he stayed married to Mary Jane and they had a child? Well, this story proved so popular that the alternate universe continued on in the normal Marvel comic books. And it is going on right now at the time of this video, and the story's great. So we're going to start with the beginning of the new storyline, since it's not going to be muddled up by Secret Wars. Just be aware that in Secret Wars, that is where this whole thing started. As Peter Parker dodges the attacks of Scorpion, he can't help but feeling like he's heard getting and then it finally hits him. Juice boxes! Really, he should start making a list of things to catch. As Peter is knocked away, a voice radios in asking if this is a bad time. And Peter tells her, no, it's fine, what's up? And Mary Jane says they have a code green. So without any further delay, Peter throws the Scorpion around, webbing him up, and he swings home. As he does, Peter swings by the offices of Normie Osborn, and he asks, what is the situation on the reclamation effort of Augustus Roman's compound? Are they clear to assume control of any discoveries? His assistant, Miss January, says yes, they own the rights to any of Regent's technologies that they may find. And a short while later, Peter crawls into the window asking Mary Jane how much time do they have left. She says that they just put her to bed for maybe an hour. So Peter turns off the lights and he kisses Mary Jane. And then he hears a sudden eek coming from Annie's room. As Peter and Mary Jane run into the room, they see Annie with webbing all over her room and her saying that she's sorry. Peter starts spraying the web solution to get Annie down, and she says that she's just trying to make Daddy's gadgets better. Please don't get mad at her. As he's helping her down, he tells her, I know you're a smart kid, and smart kids are impatient. Peter and Mary Jane sit down on the bed, and Peter goes on, I was like you when I was your age. And Mary Jane adds that they
Just moving around my mic, mouse a minute, guys.
Annie asks if it means that they are not mad, and Mary Jane says that she wouldn't go that far. The next morning, Peter starts making pancakes for everyone, and he mistakenly flips the pancake a bit too high. Annie quickly jumps onto the table and flips over to catch the pancake before it hits the ground. Mary find a thing that they talked about. Peter turns to her, telling her no spider powers unless you're told to. And Mary Jane tells her, especially at school. Andy asks, what about like...
We'll be putting a background to it as well.
Earpiece, telling her that's why he made these. This way, all of them can be in touch at all times. A little while later, Peter heads over to work at the Bugle to sell his pictures. But after J. Jonah Jameson tells him that they're all crap, he tells Gloria Grant to go ahead and cut Peter a check. As the two of them walk out of Jonah's office, Gloria tells Peter not to feel bad. Jonah has been impossible to work for ever since he quit smoking. But before they can talk anymore, Jonah slams open the door, shouting for Peter to head out to the reclamation site. He needs more pictures of Spider-Man. Peter asks why would, but Jonah points to the TV stating that there's a giant sinkhole, and what's left of the tech is falling in. Before Jonah can say any more, Peter bolts from his chair. As he swings to the sinkhole, he tells himself that he's thankful that Jonah doesn't question how he gets so many great pictures of himself as Spider-Man. And that is all thanks to Busby, a drone that follows Peter and takes pictures for him. As Peter swings down into the sinkhole, a giant T-Rex claws its way out roaring. Peter barely dodges the swipe from the T-Rex, and he starts to web up his arms, stating that he enjoys it.
No, I think I'll do the shading first. Right.
For the last of his web, wrapping around the T-Rex's head.
Okay. We'll grab this one.
Of a carbon titanium alloy nanotube, and then he hears the snap as the webbing breaks. The spider sense goes off, and suddenly moloids crawl out of the hole, tackling Peter to the ground. Normally, he wouldn't be able to fight this off, but that's when he begins to feel some of his power being tapped, which means she's here. Peter throws the moloids off of him and says, "Hi, honey." And Mary Jane asks, does he know how earpieces work? They go two ways. You see, back in the original storyline in the Secret Wars, they fought against a villain known as Regent. Regent had the ability to sap the powers out of superheroes, giving himself the abilities. Mary Jane is using a modified version of the Regent suit, which allows her to take some of Spider-Man's powers to become Spider-Woman. Anyway, the two of them begin to fight off the rest of the moloids, and as they head towards the T-Rex, Mary Jane says he really can't act all solo about this stuff anymore, remember? Peter tells him that he knows, but Mary Jane stops him, telling him that she knows that he wants to protect them. But she's just figuring out their stuff as they go.
I've just realized something I could do without messing that up.
Hey guys, I messed up.
Back to one of my layers.
And the moloid carrying Annie away. Mole Man begins to laugh. And mate, you better not defy me in my pursuit of the grand destiny. Or the girl gets it. Peter looks at Mary Jane and tells her, hang on a second. But Mary Jane jumps off the crane screaming. Mary Jane crashes into the moloids, kicking and punching them, telling them that they better let go of her kid before she gets real mad. The moloid carrying Andy looks around and sees everyone knocked out and decides that it might just be best to run away. But before Mary Jane can even yell at Annie, Peter swings in, grabbing them before the T-Rex can bite them, telling them it's time to go. Mary Jane swings back, stating Annie has to go, but they can't. They need to stop Mole Man and now a dinosaur. Her and Peter swing around at the T-Rex's body, and they both fling down onto the T-Rex's head, punching into it. As the T-Rex falls over, Mole Man tells the moloids to hurry up and get whatever tech they can and bring it down below. As Peter tells Annie to go home, he'll handle this. Mary Jane coughs, and he corrects himself, telling her, your mother and I will handle this. Annie tries to say that she can stay, and Mary Jane whispers, you're grounded. While Peter and Mary Jane swing away, Peter asks, how did you do that? And she tells him it's mom power. It's on a whole new level from superpowers. As the two of them land, Peter tells her, speaking of powers, that Regent suit tech is working a little too well. Mary Jane asks, what does he mean? And Peter explains that he can feel it when the suit is tapping into his power, which normally isn't a problem if they're far apart. Mary Jane asks if there's a problem. Why hasn't he said anything about it before? And Peter says that he's not sure if it's a problem yet. The ground begins to rumble, and Peter says his spider sense is, but the ground gives out and the two of them fall into a hole. A little while later, Mary Jane begins to wake up and sees Peter chained in front of her. And Mole Man says, I know who this one is, but who are you? Mary Jane thinks tired, scared, in pain, but rather than saying that, she tells him she is Spinnerette, and she's royally pissed. But you know what? We really can't continue the storyline now that Spinnerette, that's her actual superhero name. I didn't want to spoil that earlier. And Spider-Man are about to fight Mole Man. We need to wonder, how did Annie even get involved? Why was she being carried away? Well, earlier that morning at school, Annie was in the courtyard for recess, and she started to see something. Visions of her dad being attacked and her mother fighting off some creatures, and then falling into a hole. As she snuck off to the Regent reclamation site, she found that her parents weren't there, and what she saw hadn't happened yet. And just then, the sinkhole started, and the moloids captured her. But after being told to go home, she saw the vision again. But since they had already run off, she realized she was too late to warn them. Her spider sense isn't like her father's. She can see things before they happen. But that's
No, I don't like that at all.
goes off again, and the T-Rex lunges forward trying to find her. As Annie tries to figure out how to deal with a dinosaur, Normie Osborne arrives at the site and sees Annie asking, "Who is that marvelous woman?" Annie continues to swing around, but seeing how big the T-Rex is, she thinks that he's got to be clumsy too, right? While the T-Rex continues to give chase, Annie swings over the sinkhole ledge, and the T-Rex follows and falls into the hole. Down below, just as Mary Jane tells Mole Man who she is, Spinneret, there's a loud boom! They turn to see the T-Rex on the ground. Peter wakes up asking, what just happened? And Mary Jane says that she'll give him 2 words. Annie May. Mary Jane says that she's supposed to be grounded. And Annie says, well, we are underground. Does that count? Peter looks at her in silence and then tells her, I'm the one who makes the jokes, especially the bad ones. But as more moloids appear, Mary Jane begins to ask, what are they supposed to do now? And Peter says he's pretty much open to any suggestions right now. And that's when Annie shouts, it's easy, we fight! And she jumps into the pit. But a short while later, they've all begun to escape. And Annie asks the big question, why are they running? She thought they were supposed to fight. Peter tells her no. Her mother and him didn't say that they were going to. And as they blast shoot past them, Mary Jane says, about that, weren't all of Regent's weapons supposed to have been blown up? And Peter says that that's what he thought, but they should probably just hope that they don't have a thing that...
Oh, hi there in the chat. I didn't see that, buddy.
Another blast shoots by, this time bigger, hitting several of the moloids. And Mole Man begins shouting, asking, who's laughing now? It's me. I'm laughing.
Hi, how are you doing there, mate? Sorry, I didn't see that message unless you just left it. I'm actually using my phone, so I'll move that now so if, I can see those comments a bit better. Just shading things at the minute.
Look out, as the 3 of them swing
Yeah, I'm
down
just shading things at the minute, sort of seeing what works and what doesn't work.
But then hits Mary Jane instead. Mary Jane begins pulling off the webbing, trying to string together several obscenities. But that's when Annie webs up before landing in the pit. Peter tells Mary Jane to watch out, and suddenly the 2 of them begin wrapping their webs together, and they slam into each other. Annie shouts that she found a safe spot, so hurry up, stop fooling around. And while looking at Mary Jane's Peter says that this probably could have gone better. Meanwhile, topside, Nora begins walking through the site looking for clues as to who that girl from before was. And mid-January asks if he's talking about the woman, and he tells her no, the girl. While digging through some of the debris, Normie finds the little girl.
I can blend that together, I suppose. Give me a sec.
Back down below, Mary Jane is
Turn the opacity down a slight amount.
what just happened, the whole entanglement of their webbing, and Annie stops them, stating that they both have
There we go. Just blending it all in.
Peter looks back, telling her that he's got to think about it. How about never? Mary Jane tries to stop him, but Peter goes on saying that it was a mistake to give her a costume and encourage her about her powers. But to Annie, all she hears is blah, 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 blah. Then she hears something behind her. Through the hole in the wall, Annie hears Mole Man talking and tries to tell her parents. But
the Underminer!
Not now.
Can you hear that in the background okay?
Arguing, and Annie tells them, fine, I'm going to go now anyway. Bye. Then the reality of what Annie just said sinks in. Peter runs over the hole, telling Annie to get back here. She shouts that they talk too much. They need to stop the mole guy, so they should hurry and hit him from the front while she sneaks in from behind. As Annie crawls to the hole, Peter begins to ask if it makes him a bad parent for being proud of her. And Mary Jane says that if that makes him a bad parent, she would be with him. Deeper in the caverns, Mole Man looks at it from before. He begins running some tests. As he pushes the button, the cannon blasts into some of the moloids, but rather than just killing them, it absorbs their life energy to convert it into the weapon's energy. He begins firing and shooting everyone, telling them that they should be honored.
Keep doing that.
Even if it isn't by their own decision. Mole Man then begins yelling at the remaining moloids that it's time for them to take over the surface of the world. And as he asks if anyone has any questions, one of the moloids taps his shoulder and then points to Annie, who's sitting atop the weapon. She fires the cannon, and while the Mole Man runs for cover, Peter and Mary Jane start taking out the other mole.
Just noticed something right there as well.
That with all things considered, things are turning out pretty good. Mole Man runs.
What have I done? What have I done? I'm gonna have to go all the way back.
Ready to hit her with his staff, but as the staff rises, it plucks from his hand. He turns back to ask Peter, "We work this out?" Peter cracks his knuckle, telling him, "Nah, we're good." And then Mole Man is knocking.
I know where they are. I'm gonna have to leave that there where it is.
Watches the police take the Regent tech, and Peter says that little Normie isn't going to be happy about this. Mary Jane says that she knows it's a terrible thing to say, but that kid gives her the creeps. Annie says that she thinks he's kind of cute. Peter tells her that he's an Osborne. Cute isn't in their family. Mary Jane then says, speaking of family...
Did I notice that? I didn't see that. This is why I need new glasses. What pen shall I use? Let's go to effects, see what we got in there. No. Sketch.
Spinster? No. But I like Spider Girl. Already taken. Now, for those of you guys who don't know, this is a pretty cool story. I actually am so far really enjoying this. I mean, Dan Slott has gone on a series of rants basically claiming that this will never be in the main timeline ever. So if you want to see a married Peter Parker to Mary Jane, you have to read this book to support it. You definitely do. And it's a good book, and I'm enjoying it, and you should too. But what do you guys think down below? Do you like the whole family aspect
coming up.
of Peter Parker, Mary Jane, and Annie Mae? Also, don't forget, you can subscribe to this channel to keep up to date on your favorite comic books, and you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram because that's where I am and we can talk about things. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time right here.
It's more for sketching, that one.
Playing new content first on PS4.
Right. I don't know about shading, you know.
For the players.
These tools are not doing what I want them to do.
Welcome back to Spider-Man Renew Your Vows. This is a tale about Spider-Man in an alternate universe where he stayed married to Mary Jane and they had a kid. Well, you would think that that's where the story would end, but no, Mary Jane got a suit that allows her to have spider powers, and they discovered that their kid also has spider powers, so they're just one big super-powered spider family. In a world where Professor Xavier's school still exists because Professor Xavier still exists. And what happens if you may be a mutant? You have to go to that school and try out to be an X-Man. That's the basis of this story. It's fun, I enjoyed it, and I hope you do too. Welcome to the Complete Story Series, where I take trade paperbacks and single issues and I break them down into the different bites to help you understand. Then I read them dramatically back to you. All durations of the panel section images are the best copyright problems in all art, while it's owned by its respective companies. Now let's get on with the show. In our last video, we met the Spider family, Peter Parker, his wife Mary Jane, and his daughter Annie Mae. Peter and Mary Jane wanted to let Annie lead a normal life, growing up with her spider powers. But then the Mole Man attacked. And it was kind of funny. I'm going to link that video down below so you guys can check it out, because it was Mole Man. Mole Man was actually scary. Anyway, after seeing visions of her parents in danger, Annie rushed over to their aid, and at the end of the day, Peter and Mary Jane agreed that maybe Annie can join them as being a superhero. As Spiderling! She really tried a different name. Peter wouldn't have it. As Peter steps through the door to his home, he looks around asking, "Are you kidding me?" Everyone in the living room shouts, "Surprise!" And Annie runs up, stating, "Happy birthday, Daddy." Mary Jane hugs Peter, saying that Daddy doesn't get surprised. He just gets embarrassed, which is much better. And as the party goes on, Peter and Mary Jane watch as Annie tries to pick out the least terrible allergen-free cupcake when they all suddenly hear a voice. Charles Xavier, telepathically telling them that he's sorry for crashing the party. But Annie is actually the reason that he's here, and he was hoping that they could stop by the school tomorrow. The next day, as the Parkers web onto the school grounds, Xavier welcomes them to the Xavier School, and Annie says that she's pretty sure that the bald guy is talking in her head. Charles tells the family that he's pretty sure they've already met Logan and Jean, but the young one is their daughter Kate, who they sometimes call Shine. As Annie and Kate hit it right off, Charles asks Jubilee if she could show the kids around the school while him and the adults talk. Jubilee tells him no problem, and as they leave, Jubilee says, "Huh? Already holding hands?" It seems Kate has taken a real shine to her. Annie says that her mother said that she was going to be a natural babysitter. Maybe she can babysit for Kate sometime. And Jubilee tells her that if things work out, she's going to be spending a lot more time here again. Annie then asks what does she mean by that. Jubilee says that the professor wants her parents to send her to school here. It's not an ordinary school. But as Annie tries to say she likes where she's at, she suddenly sees a vision of Logan and her father being attacked. Meanwhile, in Charles Xavier's office, Mary Jane and
I'm going to try that again.
Special kids, exactly what we don't want from her. Logan tells Mary Jane that they live in a complicated world. Jean says that she's a mother too. This school would be a safe place for her. Peter then says that they could be right. They do have to protect Annie. Mary Jane asks how. By locking her up, shutting her away from her friends and her family, from us? She then storms out of the office, and before Peter can go after her, Charles telepathically tells him that though his instinct to come and comfort her is commendable, that is not what she needs. Allow her space and time to reflect and see what we have to offer here. Back outside, Annie gets back up, telling everyone that she's fine. It was her spider sense, which is just sometimes weird. She can see things into the future. Beast jumps out asking if everyone's all right. Why is the young girl in such distress? And she shouts out, "Look out, look out, look out!" And then at the last second, grabs Kate and jumps out of the way of an incoming blast. Magneto floats down, telling them, "I'm sorry you children had to see that. My word's not with you. So, Mistress, please be gentle." Mist then swirls around everyone and tells everyone, "Nighty-night." Over at the school halls, Mary Jane looks at the children and Scott tells her that they're remarkable, aren't they?
I don't know why this isn't working.
He's not saying that because he's Charles' errand boy either. Mary Jane asks, why does everyone treat him like God? Scott begins to explain that everyone looks up to Charles because of how he handled the Superhuman Registration Act a few years ago. Charles self-appointed himself a representative for mutant kind and proposed an alternative option. Instead of having everyone...
I've already fucked this. Sorry.
To self-police the mutant and superpowered communities, which is why he contacted them. Mary Jane says that sounds terrible. Scott tells her, yeah, but not as terrible as what Charles claimed was the alternative. He said that there would have been some kind of civil war, but we'll never know. All I can say is that because of the fallout, it cost me the woman that I
possibly if I get rid of it altogether, I'm like,
that I had a man called Professor X. Back at Charles' office, he says
this. I can do another tone to it then.
Perhaps they should discuss this matter at home. But as Peter goes to respond, his spider sense begins to go off, and as the mist fills the room, everyone begins to fall asleep. Over at Cerebro, Annie begins to wake up asking what's going on, and Magneto tells her that she is in the secure vault of Xavier's most potent weapon. Behold, Cerebro, a device that can exert subtle influences on those who are like him, the future of human evolution. As Magneto goes on, Jubilee tells him to stop. He's scaring them, and Annie shouts, "She's okay! I was worried that you got hurt like the big hairy guy." And Magneto tells her, "No, I wouldn't hurt my secret ally. And thanks to her, I now control this weapon." Back at Charles' office, she walks through checking on everyone, and as she whistles, she looks at Logan, who's still awake with webbing over his mouth and nose. Logan jumps up to swipe at her, but Peter webs her back and throws her into a bookshelf, telling them that if they want to make a good impression, he should probably keep the bloodshed to a minimum. Logan starts spitting, telling him, "The webbing tastes like armpit hair." And Peter tells him, "Yeah, I've heard that, but it acts like a filter in my mask. So who's that woman anyway?" Logan explains that it's Mistress, one of Magneto's Brotherhood of Mutant people. And if she's here, so is she. Peter begins to panic, and Logan pulls down on his mask, telling him that he's got a pretty good idea where everyone's at. So how about we go and get on with it? Outside of the building, Mary Jane begins to notice the mist coming out of Charles' office. And before her and Scott can run in, Mist tells them, "Hang on a second."
There's a will, there's a way.
Literally can't do it.
Everyone becomes one big unit anyway.
You can't help but be physically affected by it.
Who's down in front of the door telling them, "You're the web woman, right? Well, you ain't going anywhere." Back in Cerebro, Jubilee asks, how is he going to use Cerebro? Does he need a telepath? And a voice calls out, telling everyone that he has one. And Emma Frost walks into the room. Annie turns to Jubilee asking, why is she doing this? And Jubilee kneels down, telling her that she's too young to understand. Annie says that she's not. She's almost 9. Jubilee then goes on to say that she spent her whole life waiting for the professor to make things better, but nothing ever changes. They have to have who they are. What they
on the
do,
razor, because I'm an idiot.
Change that. And if people get hurt, that's the price they're going to have to pay. Annie says, that means you're friends. You might think that you're all grown up, but you're not. And when I was little, I asked if I could use my powers. My parents said no. I would have to wait. And you know what? They were right. But don't tell them that. And in turn, we help each other. Annie goes on, saying that even if the professor isn't right, these people are wrong. And Kate starts to cry, shouting, wrong, wrong, wrong! And everything begins to shine. A bright light kills the room, blinding everyone. And Magneto asks, what is that? Jubilee tells him that that's Jean and Logan's daughter. Her nickname is Sean. And when Magneto looks back, he sees the 2 young girls gone. And he tells Jubilee to go find them. Jubilee starts running down the hallway, but up in the air vents, Annie is holding herself in place while Kate is hanging onto her back. Annie whispers that she won't let anything bad happen to her, and they need to get going. Down the hallway, Logan and Peter show up, asking where are their daughters? And Annie looks out of the vent saying, this is what she saw with her spider sense. Jubilee, without responding, begins to use her powers on Logan and Peter when Annie shouts for her to leave her daddy alone. She punches out of the grate, jumping down on Jubilee, screaming, I hate you! Jubilee starts to get back up, telling her that she never meant to, and Logan stops her, telling her, do what? Turn your back on the people who gave you a home? Siding with the Brotherhood will get them a revolution, but the one sure thing about a revolution is that people die. Suddenly, all of the mutants scream out in pain, and Annie asks, "What is this?" Peter says that it's the same thing that hit Jean and Charles. It must be a psychic attack. Peter, Mary Jane, and Annie all run into Cerebro, and as they do, Emma is telepathically telling Magneto to do her a favor and handle it. Magneto holds out his arm, ripping the metal out of the ground, and everyone webs up to avoid falling. As Peter and Annie jump off the wall, Peter says that he's starting to feel, oh no, the Region Tech! Back on the walkway, Mary Jane taps into Peter's powers and runs in, punching Emma out. Annie looks down and says, "Mom's pretty cool, huh?" And Peter says, "Yeah, she always seems to remind me of that." Later, once the Brotherhood is taken away, Logan says, "So, see you next year?" Annie tells him that he'll need to talk to her parents first. And Peter looks at Mary Jane, and they agree that they need to talk about it after things settle down.
Coloring is always, shading is always a hard one. To know where you want to put things.
January says that the little Norman seems rather interested. Though she's worried about his obsession with the Spider-Man. Perhaps she should interfere. Liz looks at a picture of little Normie and says that physically he's a child and her son. However, legally he's an adult and independent. She then piles up a small glass of black liquid, saying she will do whatever she needs to, no matter what it costs, no matter who it hurts. A mother will always defend her son. And that brings us to the conclusion of the Spider-Man Renew Your Vows X-Men chapter. It was epic. It was incredible. I enjoyed it. And if you enjoyed it, click the video right here. And if you enjoyed that video, which you may or may not, because probably didn't click it if you're still listening to me, click the video right over here. And if you're still not subscribed, click my face. It's like down here somewhere. Yeah, that'd be great. Awesome. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you next time right here at Comic Story.
Check them out, guys.
I would love something delicious,
Rich in protein.
with reduced sugar.
Satisfying.
Something for you. Buy a Total Split Pot has everything you want, nothing you don't. Buy a Total Split Pot, rich in protein, reduced sugar.
That's annoying.
It's musical. A whole year of 2-for-1 cinema tickets only for customers of Compare the Market. Simple.
Spider-Man and Spider-Gwen sitting in a tree. K-I-S-S-I-N-G. That's right, this is literally a storyline about Miles Morales and Spider-Gwen called Kissing in the Tree. They are teaming up for a interdimensional cross-multiversal thing where they're going to stop the organization known as Stealth. Not too much of a spoiler, they're revealed pretty early on in the story. A lot of people have been asking for this, and I hope you guys enjoy. I'm a huge fan of Miles Morales and Spider-Gwen, and I know someone out there has to be as big of one as I am.
That's why he's doing his stages, because if you delete the wrong thing.
So there we were, Spider-Man and Spider-Woman kissing. Yankee shouts, wait. How did this story go from looking for your missing dad to making out with Spider-Woman? Miles, Hanky, and Fabio sit in their dorm room. Miles says that he figured that he would have wanted to know that part since he thinks that he's desperate for a girlfriend. Fabio tells him, we totally want to know that part. Hanky tells him, right, what happened with your dad? Miles tells him, fine, let me start all over. That way you can get the whole story of what happened. How me and Gwen Stacy ended up kissing. It all started one night when his mother called him frantic, asking if he had seen or heard from his father. Miles told her no, but in the back of his mind, Miles thought that maybe something had happened to his dad, if he had gone out looking for him since he was dealing with the superhero Civil War. Miles began to try and think of who we could try to talk to get some help. That's when Maria Hill from S.H.I.E.L.D. showed up looking for him. Maria said that she needed his help, and it was about his dad. From what Maria explained to
I give up on that bit.
S.H.I.E.L.D. as an agent.
Nah, that one stays as it is. Right.
Since Jefferson's face wouldn't have been known, she decided to send him off to take on a high-stakes exit. Maria then holds out a small device stating that he was to intercept one of these things that lets the user travel between realities and dimensions. The reason that she needs Miles' help is because, quite frankly, this setup wasn't even sanctioned out of the books. Miles looks at Maria asking, why would that be? Marie explained that she may have inadvertently been the one responsible for getting the tech out there in the first place. But look, before he gets all high and mighty, Miles stops and slapping the bracelet on stating, look, I don't care. Just want me where it goes. Maria goes on stating that their science division has picked up on energy signatures of where Jefferson probably fell into. So as the portal begins to open, Miles tells her, you know, I would like
Oh,
to
no. We need a different blue. Maybe I should just go back to dark and then turn the opacity down a slight amount.
Don't tell me about it. Miles jumps through the portal and in a flash, back in New York. Place that is his home. Except somehow it isn't. It's the alternate reality of New York. After slinging around a bit, Miles finds a gang hassling a woman, and even though he should be looking for his dad, he just can't stand for them. He drops down onto the store roof and he calls out to the men, and then suddenly he's hit by a giant ring. And the ring came from the woman? The ring starts shooting by, and Miles thinks, great, that wasn't some old lady in distress. It was just this dimension's ringer. She's probably shaking that down. After jumping through another wave of rings, Miles webs up some of the pots and pans that the woman is standing by, and he pulls them down off of the shelf, crashing them down on top of her. Miles shouts, good. Now she can be quiet, and then a stray ring shoots back, hitting him in the back. He starts to pick himself back up, thinking, wow, that was stupid. And then another voice tells him, I'm not exactly sure what you're trying to do, but I am so not helping you clean that up. And that's when we see Spider-Gwen, aka Spider-Woman in this universe. But if you're looking at the comic book, she is Spider-Gwen, an alternate reality version of Gwen Stacy that was bitten by the spider, and in this universe, she became the superhero. A short while later, up on the rooftop, Gwen tells Miles that she's not sure why he keeps checking his phone. It's not like he's getting his service over here. Miles sighed. Yeah, it's an old habit. But look, there's a reason why I'm here. It's about my father. He's gone missing. Gwen asks, missing? Here? And Miles says, maybe. He was working for S.H.I.E.L.D., some super secret deal to protect my identity as Spider-Man. And they sent me on this mission, and he just disappeared. I just keep checking my phone thinking maybe I'll get a text or something. But I just can't stop thinking, what if my dad got into some trouble because he was trying to protect me? Miles gets back up telling her, I'm sorry to just throw it out there like that. I'm sure you have your own problems to deal with. I'll figure this out. I am Spider-Man. Gwen grabs him, telling her, look, don't be that way. It's okay to be freaked out. If anyone knows how that feels, it's me. My father is my whole world, and he put himself in a lot of danger for my sake. So even though we're spider folks, it doesn't mean that we don't get to be scared every once in a while. Gwen hugs Miles, and Miles' spider sense goes on. Gwen says, you know, you can let me go now. When Miles looks back, he shouts, holy crap, look at all the ninjas. Gwen tells him to calm down, it's not what he thinks. Miles grabs Gwen and shoots the web, shouting, sure, but my spider sense is kind of going bonkers. So if you can tell me what this is all about when we're far, far away from the swords and shurikens, that would be great. As Miles swings off with Gwen, one of those shurikens is thrown cutting the web line, and Miles grabs onto the building, shouting, see, they throw those silly things all willy-nilly. But as Miles looks back, he tells Gwen that he can't help but notice that she's falling and not catching herself. Gwen finally manages to shoot out a web line, and she shouts, look, stop, listen, I'm telling you it's okay. The man in red walks in telling Miles that his nose hasn't let him down yet. You stink of danger. Miles asks, who the heck is this guy? How does he know my freaking name? Gwen looks at the man in red and sighs, asking, what do you want, Murdoch? You could have just texted. And Miles says, wait. Murdoch? As in, Matt Murdoch? Matt smiles, telling him, you'll be discharged. But as Matt soon begins to walk off, telling Miles good luck, he's going to need it if he crosses his father's path. Miles grabs Matt, asking, wait, what did you say about my dad? And Matt quickly pulls out a blade, swiping at Miles. Matt tells him, sticky hands will get you stuck. That Gwen sees the cut on Miles' arm. He says that he's fine. Gwen shouts, asking, what do you want? If you have information on his dad, just do us this one favor. Matt turns back laughing. All of you superheroes see your bleeding hearts. Just know, Miles, that these radioactive isotopes are power-ups. The little secret on how Gwen keeps so spidery. But either way, I work for a woman named Cindy Wu, who is a despondent leader of the spy organization known as Silk. My job is to protect Cindy's interests in Silk, such as keeping away rats that would play while she's away. And your father, he's a playful rat. Matt pulls out an invitation to Club Scorpion. It says that their mission is to find the man that has Jefferson's face and bring him here. Now, if you're wondering about the entire Cindy Moon and Matt Murdock and all that other kind of stuff, in this universe, Matt Murdock is a villain. Although in the main universe, he is Daredevil. And Cindy Moon is also a villain, although in the main universe, she is the superhero. So, we do have a story that kind of explains some of that, and I will link the Spider-Gwen storyline and the Spider-Women storyline down below so you can see. So let's go ahead and keep going. Later that night, Gwen heads into the club since Miles is only 16 and hands over the VIP pass to the bouncer. As she walks into the back, she begins to hear the sound.
Remember, done. Equal the chest.
There's glue on it, right there.
We're going to big finish.
Oh, no.
Oh, not the other way.
Rubbish. Found at an auction. She looks around. She notices a stash of superhero weapons, things that Cindy Moon has stolen. But S.H.I.E.L.D. should have accounted all of these things when Cindy was arrested, so why does she have them? However, before she can think about that, Gwen is smacked in the head with an octopus. Doc Ock shouts to Gwen, asking if she takes them for the moons. We are silk, the veil that covers the world. From the shadows, someone else says, yeah, and your breath is intolerable. And then he punches Doc Ock. Miles pulls the octopus off of Gwen and shocks it. Gwen asks, did you just kill it? Miles says, no, it's a venom blast. I can do those. It's unconscious. Okay. As Miles starts to find out some of the thugs in the room, Gwen asks, when did you get an invisible camouflage predator thing? And Miles says, oh, yeah, I have many powers as Spider-Man. And then someone walks up asking, Spider-Man, huh? Miles looks up to see his father, and Jefferson says, you're awfully scrawny to be any kind of a man. Miles shouts, yeah! And Jefferson asks, what did you just say? Tickle said mask. Jefferson pulls off Miles' mask, and he looks at him. Uh-huh. And then he punches him to the ground. As Jefferson reaches down and picks Miles back up, Gwen shouts, no! And she kicks him in the back of the head. Guards begin to rush into the room, and Gwen starts to fight them all off. And just before hitting the last one, she asks, who's next? And the thug says that he would rather not if she doesn't mind. Gwen then jumps back at Jefferson and kicks him in the head again. But before she can pull her leg back, Jefferson grabs it and throws her. She catches herself, stating, you're really fast. And then she jumps back down, hitting Jefferson, telling him, I'm faster though. Gwen puts her foot on the Jefferson's head, shouting, you're such a tool! And Jefferson pulls open his shirt and shocks Gwen with his chest plate, telling her, do not touch me. Miles starts to pick himself up, and Gwen says, come on, we got stuff to do. As the two get back on their feet, Miles begins to fight off the guards while Gwen takes care of Jefferson. But as more guards come in, Gwen starts to focus on them, leaving Jefferson alone. Miles looks back to Jefferson, asking, what are you? Before he can finish, Miles is blasted in the back. After being knocked through a wall, Miles groans. I'm outside now, aren't I? Miles then fires Gwen back into the room, tying Jefferson up, and then he hears the police shouting for him to put his hands up. He does what he's asked, and he tells them, I can explain this. Actually, now that I think about it, and then he fires Gwen into the air. As he starts to get away, Gwen punches Jefferson and throws him outside in front of the cops. She runs up the wall after Miles, telling him that the cops figure the bad guys are gone. It's time for us to go. Miles then gets back up, telling her, we can't, my father's down there. And as the cops take Jefferson away, Gwen says, look, this is perfect. While he's dealing with all of that, we can figure this whole thing out. And Miles walks off, telling her, no, I'm going to go help him out. So Gwen fires a web at him, telling him to get back. Miles jumps to dodge it, and he turns back, telling her, that was not cool. And then Gwen sprays him with more web. Gwen walks up and hugs him, telling him, look, the bad guy is caught. That's a good thing. We will figure out this whole thing. But in the meantime, can we just calm down and focus? And as she finishes saying that, two officers run onto the roof, shouting for the boat and then to freeze. Gwen reaches over and pushes the button on Miles' transporter, and he asks, what are you doing? She tells him, saving them, again. And the two fade into a purple light. And just as the two reappear, Apocalypse rides up on a giant spider, shouting, kill them or you will master Apocalypse! Gwen pushes the button again, stating, I hate it when that happens. And they reappear again in Gwen's world. And Miles says, that man, he looked and sounded just like my father. Gwen says, don't worry, we're going to figure it out. And then the transporter dings. Miles asks, what is it doing? And Gwen tells him that she's not sure. Earth never did anything like that. Miles then reads, return to origin point. And Gwen says, maybe they found his dad back on Earth. Right, I should go, right? And Gwen tells him that she'll come too. They're in this together now. Miles tells her thank you. She pushes down the button again, stating that he would do the same for us. As the two fall out of the portal, Gwen lands on her butt, shouting, boots on the ground, not butts! And Miles says, let's just hope we're back in my world. The transporter digs, stating that he's arrived at Earth 616. Realignment mode initiated. Please wait for further instructions. Miles asks, what kind of instructions are those? And Gwen says that she's not sure. Her teleporter watch never talked to her. She then looks up, seeing a group of men webbed up, and says that she's pretty sure they're exactly where they need to be. Miles plucks a small device from one of the men's heads, and a small image of Peter Parker Spider-Man appears, stating, hello, citizen! Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here. For your safety, please wait for the authorities to arrive. Gwen rips open a box, stating, so Silk agents are on this Earth, working for your evil dad. And Miles says, hey, that creep is not my dad. But what are they doing here? Stealing more weapons? He pulls an item out of the box that was with the thugs, stating that they are stealing batteries? Really? This is going to be the worst team up ever. Miles looks over at one of the men and tells him that he needs to explain what's going on. The man laughs, telling him, no way! The Scorpion sounds like a name of a man who would be big on forgiveness. The transporter begins to ding again, and it says, enter interdimensional web access detected. Multiple gateways unlocked. And then in a flash, the group of thugs vanish. Gwen grabs Miles by the hand and tells him, look, we need to get out of here before the cops come and get to work figuring this whole thing out. And a short while later, on top of the building, Gwen examines the battery, saying that she knows that she vetoed the cops for the duties and help her. Miles shouts, no!
We'll leave that to the very end, guys. I've got about another hour, so I'm trying to kind of almost rush through this, which I really shouldn't do. I kind of have to today.
They're still hopping over here to steal more super weapons? If they're selling this stuff to the highest bidder, why would they need more money? Gwen jumps, wait, that's gotta be it! So Miles asks, is this the part where we blurt out the answer at the same time? Because I got nothing. She goes on telling him that the watch is interdimensional. My Reed Richards built it, and if there's only one of him, then it would be really hard and costly for the run-of-the-mill mad scientist to do it. Miles asks, so does that mean that the stolen Earth 616 tech that Silk is selling is to pay for something like this? That's not good. Gwen tells him, nope, and if the Silk agents disappearing are any indication, they might not need the watches anymore. They just figured out how to zap anywhere. Miles gets up telling her, look, before this thing gets even crazier, I would like to say that I really appreciate you coming along. But before he can continue, there's suddenly a eek! Oh no! And Gwen asks, did you just hear an eek? Miles ducks behind the AC unit and says, oh god, she saw me. Kamala Khan towers over the two of them saying, hi! And then she shrinks down telling Miles that the champions were getting worried when he wasn't responding. Something wrong? Kamala looks at Gwen and says, I'm not interrupting something that I shouldn't have. And Miles says, no! It's just a team-up! A harmless old spider team-up who says they could use the help if she's here. He did say no adults, right? So Miss Marvel's fine. And as Gwen and Kamala begin to head off, Miles rubs his face, stating, oh god. A short while later, at another warehouse of batteries, Gwen and Kamala wait for Miles to catch up. And Kamala says that she saw how they were before she came, so she wasn't. And Gwen sighs, oh god. Kamala says that she's just saying. She seems well-intentioned and all, but Miles is the best. Just don't hurt him. Miles jumps down and Gwen shouts, asking, what took so long? Miles and Gwen hurry inside and see a group of Silk agents, and one of the agents shouts, where the hell is Gary? We only went like 20 feet. The other shouts back, I forgot that that's my boy Randy G. Sue me. Seconds later, Kamala jumps and swatting away the agents, shouting, that's not right. And one of the agents steps back up to the portal. Miles then hands Gwen his transporter and says that they're about to jump. He's going with them. Gwen tells him, no, they could be going anywhere. So Miles jumps in, tackling the agents, and in a flash, they're gone. Kamala asks, what just happened? And Gwen looks at the transporter, stating that they could have gone anywhere. The watch responds, gateway open, please stand clear. And that's when another portal opens. Gwen walks towards it, and Kamala shouts, wait, I can't just let you go! And Gwen stops her, telling her that she has to stick. Her and Miles get into this mess together, and together, the only way that they're going to get out. Back over at Earth 65, Miles and the thug fall out of the portal as Miles shouts, ow! You okay, man? And the thug shouts, no! The Scorpion looks back shouting, you! And Miles says, well, Mr. Scorpion, Jefferson, Jeffrey, whatever they call you in this dimension, we need to talk. Scorpion then tells the rest of his men to stand back. He's taking care of this one himself. And Miles sighs, oh, come on. Just as the Scorpion gets close, there's another flash of purple light, and Gwen jumps out of the portal and shoots Scorpion in the face, shouting, thank you, Ting! As Miles starts to web up Scorpion, he says, right, sure, now the watch Ting. The guards from before start shooting, and Scorpion screams at them to stop, but as they do, they miss and hit the dimensional vortex. The men start getting sucked into the dimensional vortex, and Miles shouts, don't worry, I'm okay. Kind of. Miles then reaches up to Gwen, but before grabbing her hand, the portal can pull her in, and she's flung through the dimensional vortex. It was at that moment that Miles figured out that this was going to be it, and then he let go to get pulled in with her. A few seconds later, Miles falls out of the portal, and as Gwen dusts herself off, she says that she really thought they were done so back there. Gwen then hugs Miles, asking where they are, and Miles has no clue. Now there's a big giant blimp floating by. It's just then that a voice calls out to them, and a man dressed in black shouts. As Miles responds to him, Gwen says that it's probably not a good idea to talk to strangers living in shadows. However, the watch begins to malfunction, and another portal opens up around them. And Miles shouts, I'm really not loving this anymore. The transport begins throwing the two of them into different dimensions until it finally stops. And Gwen asks, where are we now? As a horde of undead zombies begin to shuffle their way, Gwen says that she would very much like to leave them. After another jump, Gwen catches herself on a wall and sees Miles is nowhere in sight. She then jumps up and looks at a billboard with a picture of her and Miles married. Their note stating, happy anniversary to the amazing Spider-Man and spectacular Spider-Woman on their 20 years of bliss. She stares and asks, what? And the transporter dings. Meanwhile, with Miles, he falls out of the portal, catching himself, and then he hears something moving in the background. He leaps to the sound and he sees Scorpion and punches him into the rubble. Miles picks himself back up again to get hit, and the Scorpion tells him, wait, don't hit me! And Then he smiles, telling him, that really hurts. Miles stares and asks, Dad? Over on Earth 8, Peter Porker wakes up to the sounds of Max and Charlotte arguing over who's going to see the last Pop-Tart. And sighs, telling him, great, another week of babysitting this. There isn't enough coffee in the... And then he stops and hears a knock at the window. He looks over to see Gwen knocking and he tells the kid, look, a time displaced version of your mother is home. Again. Meanwhile, over on Earth 65, Miles says,
Keep trying something out, guys. What do you think?
Jefferson says, you could have asked that before punching. I'm sorry, there's just some evil jerk with your face, and when I see evil, I punch you. Jefferson hugs his son, telling him, good man, now we got some work to do. Silk is dangerously close to mastering interdimensional transportation, and Scorpion is holding the multiverse hostage. Miles puts back on his mask, telling him, all right, switch to Sundance then? And as the two walk into the portal, Jefferson says, you know they were outlaws, right? Back on Earth 8, Gwen looks at Peter Porker and says, it's just you. Sorry, I get hit in the head a lot. Sometimes I just see things. Porker tells her, yes, well, I'm Peter Porker, Sportorcular Spider-Ham of Earth 8. And I was scared.
Sportorcular! We're going into the Spider-Verse now, guys. So you might even actually hear something about Spider-Punk.
What does she mean by another? Max munches on his Groot loop saying, besides our mom, multiverse stuff.
Trying out different textures, shading in a little bit. What do you think of the shading so far? Let me know in the comments. I'm just gonna have a quick slurp of my coffee, have a quick look at it before I do any more, because I'm rushing this and I don't want to mess it up too much. There's only so far I can go back.
She needs help. Her and Miles are battling an evil version of his dad, and Porter stops her and says, what? You really need my help? Yeah, sorry.
Still got quite a bit to do. Yeah, my goodness, that's actually really dark on the actual screen. I'll post this so you can see it afterwards, but I have noticed there's a hell of a lot of shading. What you see on the screen is not as dark as it actually looks.
Look, Gwen Stacy's and their dopey species don't get to me. I know what really is going on. We all went through the same thing. Might look all bright here, but you have no clue what Miles and Gwen sacrificed to get us here. I'm sorry, but our fight's done. Gwen looks back at the portal, telling him,
I would say this here is actually closer to this here. This is really dark. I do apologise that it's coming out so dark. What I'm doing, guys, is I'm actually using my camera, which I normally face cam with, to record this, and it seems to bring it out really, really dark, which I'm really sorry about. But I will post this up on my Instagram so you can actually see it. I'll transfer it over to my Instagram, and then my tablet, and then Instagram it out that way. But yeah, that's double the amount of dark that actually is on the screen. I can see. It's kind of annoying. Not much I can do about it, unfortunately, though, guys. But if you want to see this, definitely come over to my Instagram. It's Blut084, BLUT084. Art and games.
Miles watches as more spider people come out of the portal. One demon giant robot, and he asks, "What's that?"
Same name, different place. But yeah, let me know what you think, guys.
The spider people start fighting everyone. One of the spider girls grabs and throws
I'm
Scorpion.
making it better for you. You can kind of see what I've done there, but like the shading here is not half as bad as what it is on the screen.
Where does that go? Jefferson tells him, "Don't worry. The Scorpion first."
But it does need shading, and it did need a lot more work. That's why I've done this. I might outline it, but I'm going to put a background to it as well, and I still need to do the guitar.
As the Spider family finishes up, Miles asks Gwen about those bouncy kids. They were really there? And Gwen tells him, yeah, well, possibly. On Earth 8, anyways. The one on the motorcycle with Spider-Man is Jessica's kid, Jerry. The girl in the fur, and Miles...
I'm kind of glad I saved it.
Miles put his forehead
I'm kind of glad I saved it a couple times. So I can actually, if I do need to, if I do get to a point I think, oh my god, I've completely messed it up, I can go back to the original. Still kind of learning what all the little shading tools and things like that do, really.
And that was Miles Morales' Spider-Gwen. Honestly, it was a lot of promo art from them being married, and we didn't get to see that much about it. Just, oh, in reverse, it happened. It's okay. I did like the story in the end, and I would like to see more Miles Morales teaming up with Spider-Gwen. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys thought of this, and if you would like to see more Miles Morales teaming up with Spider-Gwen. Also, let me know if you just want more Spider-Man stories. The Spider-Man playlist will be right over here, and anything that I can find that has Miles Morales will be right over here. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you next time. And if you did enjoy the video and our dramatic style of reading back to you, please consider subscribing to our channel. Today we're going to be covering a much requested storyline, the origin of Toxin. But we're not just going to bring you the origin of Toxin, no. We're going to bring you Venom versus Carnage, Carnage versus Toxin, Toxin versus Venom. And somewhere in the middle of all that is Spider-Man. That's right, we have a four-way battle going on here. Let's get right to that story because it's exciting. Our story begins in New York as two forces known as Venom and Carnage fight about family problems. The argument stems from the fact that Carnage is symbiote 999 and he's about to release the 1000th offspring. And as Carnage's father, Venom wants to make sure that it goes right. As the two fight, Venom says that there is nothing to be ashamed about. And Carnage shouts back that it's not about that. So if he's going to have him give birth to a new symbiote, he's going to kill it. After finally managing to punch Venom back from him, Carnage heads down into the streets and begins digging underground. He tells himself that if he's going to have to give birth to another symbiote, he's at least going to try and suffocate it. Meanwhile, not far off, Black Cat Felicia Hardy attends a local art exhibit in search of her next target. But before long, there's a loud explosion in the middle of the showroom, and the cops quickly arrive on the scene. Among those officers is Patrick Mulligan, who, seeing the hole in the ground, sees Carnage's host, Cletus Castle. As Carnage starts to cover up Cletus, he says, Venom never said anything about how much a birthing would hurt. If I had enough energy left, I would kill you right here. But it's not like you're going to be able to tell where I'm going anyway. Out of the river, Venom pulls himself out of the water, telling himself, it's already happened. I can feel it. There's another one of them on the earth. I must protect the 1,000th symbiote of our line before its father kills it. Later at the home of Patrick Mulligan, he tells his pregnant wife about his day and how he got to look evil in the face today. As he sits by the window, the looming shadow of Venom appears, and it crashes through the window. Venom tells him, I'm not here to hurt you. There is someone who is on their way to do just that, though. Patrick shouts, please leave me alone. My wife and I were expecting it. But Venom stops him. Are you going to love me even if it's protect it, cherish it? Patrick tells him, of course, and Venom leaves it asking, what is it like? However, before Patrick can even answer, Spider-Man tells him that is something that he will never get to know. Or maybe, if he hadn't sucked the soul of the person that he's inhabiting, he would have told him. As Spider-Man punches Venom out of the window, Venom tells him, I'm here to protect you. My son Carnage has just given birth. Spider-Man tells him, whoa. Carnage was Breckers? Who's the father? Venom tells him, that cop is. Only he doesn't know it yet. No, normally we don't care for our offspring. We do care about our species. And by the 1000th generation, the chances of a psychotic breakdown are great. Unless a grandparent can educate them. I want to help him, though Carnage only wants to hurt him. And the host with it. Back inside, Patrick leads his wife downstairs, and as Carnage climbs down those stairs and pushes
That's way too dark. I've not much I can do about it either now. Suppose I could go in underneath again with the other layer, do it in red again, but I haven't got the same red, so that's tricky. Because now I've come back to it, all the colours I had previous yesterday, they've all been deleted. Because every time you open and close Krita, you can get the same profile back, no problem, but the colours that you used previously don't stay, and there's no way of colour matching it. It's kind of annoying, but nah.
During the explosion, telling the artist Randolph that he needs to read the fine print before selling his pieces. Back outside, as Patrick catches himself, he screams for help, and Black Cat hears. Carnage begins to crawl down the building, telling Patrick, there is no one here to help you. You belong to creatures like me. And just as Carnage can swing again, Black Cat swings in, grabbing Patrick. However, before they can get very far, Carnage throws out his tendril, wrapping around the two of them, and as he pulls them back, he tells Cletus, look, I got a pretty girl. She even smells nice. The mask slightly splits open, and Cletus tells him, good. Squeeze all that perfume right out of her. And Carnage tells him, that's a good idea. Before the tendrils can squeeze too much, Venom slams down onto Carnage, telling him, the building stops here. The two claw and rip each other apart, and Carnage shouts, hey, you must die! There's no way that I'm letting my cheese live on! And then coming back to bite me, literally! Felicia jumps out of the building with Patrick, and Carnage shouts at them to stop. Venom tackles him back down, telling him, good, soon he will be big enough to look after himself. Carnage asks, what's the point? He's just a cold-blooded lethal killer. And Venom tells him, this is different. When Toxic grows up, he will be our ally. Carnage shouts, I have a better name for him. How about Dead? Venom continues telling him, Toxic is going to fight alongside me against Spider-Man. And if need be, against you also, Carnage. While the fighting brings the symbiote down into the subway, Venom pushes Carnage's body onto the electrical tracks, telling him, I won't let anything happen to Toxic. The electricity shoots through Carnage's body, stunning him. And at the last moment, Venom leaps away, allowing the train to skate by and hit him.
Smear out.
Patrick's wife has their son Edward, and Venom watches over them, telling him, I know Carnage is dead. I can feel him somewhere. Soon, until he's ready, I will keep an eye on the child.
What it is doing is, it's the wrong color one. You got the coloring one, because you're an idiot. You should use the beater.
He steps out, telling her he was the one who made them call. Black Cat acts
And you're using the wrong one, because you're on the wrong bit.
Out of, and Patrick tells her, still, doesn't make it any less of a crime what you did. Black Cat says, you could just give me a break. I helped you out the other night. So don't you owe me just a little bit? And Patrick tells her,
It's not working.
like taking a bribe. It's not something that is willing to do. Black Cat tells him, that's fine. It would be easy for her to just escape. All she would have to do is this. And then she kicks. Patrick catches her, and next Black Cat punches, which Patrick stops. She tells him that he's pretty good, and Patrick tells her, yeah, I'm not really sure how or why I was able to do that, but seconds later, the door is kicked in, and Cletus walks in with Randolph's body, telling him, look what I found outside! Both Patrick and Black Cat get ready to attack, but after Cletus grabbing Black Cat and throwing him. Patrick pulls out his gun and he starts to fire until he starts to feel something crawling over him. Except it isn't Carnage. Toxic grabs a hold of one of Carnage's tendrils and starts spinning and throws him, telling him, well, I'm sorry, but I kind of flew into biology. As Carnage's body begins to fly out of the building, Toxic starts to retract and he says, you are not my father. You are not. And then Patrick starts to vomit before he can finish. Black Cat checks on Patrick, asking, is father? Or can anyone join me? Patrick hastily crawls back, telling her to stay away. The monster isn't gone. It's inside of him. And a few moments later, after getting some water, Black Cat asks Patrick how he's doing. He says, all things considered, he's been better. But that thing said that he was its father. Black Cat gets back up, looking around the destroyed apartment, stating that he's probably going to want to keep that little secret to himself. So if he doesn't want to turn her in for stealing, she won't expose him. Normal rules don't really apply here anymore. So unless he wants things to get crazier than they are, he better learn to be a little bit more flexible. Patrick thinks on it and he says, let him think about it. Then he notices that Black Cat is already done. The next day he returns home in the rain, thinking about how this wild new energy is inside of him. But what is he going to do? Is he going to use it to put an end to his father over at another apartment? They're asking Carnage, how could your gold beat you up? Carnage tells him, be quiet! There are plenty of other human hosts that I can go to. While the two bicker, Patrick uses his powers to listen in, thinking that this is it. He can do it right now. Kill Cletus, and no one has to. But before he can move, Carnage breaks through the wall, grabbing and pulling him aside. Patrick tells Toxic, come on, come out, I need you. And just like that, Toxic gets a creep over, taking over Patrick. Toxic holds Carnage down by the throat, and Patrick says, I can't do this, I can't kill with cold blood. And then he jumps out the window. As the sun sets, Patrick leaves his home to head to work. But up along the buildings, both Venom and Carnage are watching. Venom says, I saw the Toxic was killing you, but it couldn't. Perhaps because it may have a conscience or some form of morality. Carnage said, it sounds more like Spider-Man than a symbiote. And Venom tells him, what a Toxic was to get another Spider-Man. The web. He must be stopped, killed, crushed. Venom then says, Carnage, my son. I never thought I would say this, but how would you feel at a temporary, very temporary alliance with your own man? Later, as Patrick begins his rounds, he receives a call about a bank being robbed, and he crashes into time. He fights off the robbers, and he tells himself that if he's going to use his power, he's going to have to control it. Use it for good. Toxic grabs one of the robbers and starts to lick his head, telling him, I could just got your brain right now from your eye sockets. And as Toxic throws the man with the other robbers, Patrick's badge begins to show through the symbiote. One of the robbers notices and says, wait, you can't kill me, you're a cop. You don't kill, you arrest. Toxic opens up his mouth, licking his lips, telling him, the rules don't apply anymore, everything has changed. But as Toxic gets ready to fight down to the man's head, Patrick forces Toxic to stop and he gains control of him again. Patrick tells the men to get their arms on the wall. They're all under arrest, and as Patrick checks their pockets, Spider-Man swings down, telling him, hey, that was some good work. Looks like you got everything under control here. Patrick tells him, yeah, under control. Spider-Man says, good.
I don't know.
Might be the beginning of a beautiful relationship. The next day, over at Randolph's funeral, the rain pours down. Patrick and Felicia stand off on the side. Felicia asks why is he even here. Patrick says that he feels responsible for his death. The monster that killed Randolph was after him. As the two go on, Patrick looks back, asking if she feels something. Seconds later, Venom and Carnage charge in at the two of them, and Toxin stands over them, asking, why can't you two just leave me alone? Venom tackles him down, telling him, this isn't what I wanted either. It was supposed to be the two of us standing over a bloody corpse inside of a crumpled spider suit. Venom and Carnage begin to beat down on Toxin, and as the fight stumbles over into the funeral services, the people begin to run. Hand reaches out. Venom grabs a tombstone, getting ready to slam it down on Toxin when Felicia tells him that he doesn't want to do that. Venom says, actually, I really do. And Carnage tells him, oh yeah, he does. Felicia says that she thought saying that they were his father and grandfather. Shouldn't they stick around to help him grow right? Venom tells her, we thought that we could mold him, but he's too dangerous, and it could be the end of our species. Carnage then says that she's also forgetting something. We want to kill him. It will be our pleasure to smash out his brain. It's because we're evil, violent creatures. Venom says, that's right. Once we kill this child, we can turn our attention on you because you're the closest. As Venom leads in, Black Cat reaches up, pulling the webbing off of Venom's face, telling him that he didn't have this on his face a second ago. As Venom looks back, he sees Spider-Man, and Spider-Man asks, don't you just love these old cemeteries? And then he flings the two of them inside of a mausoleum. The two begin crawling their way out, grabbing at Spider-Man, and Toxin tells them to put him down. Except now, Toxin looks much bigger. Toxin begins punching away at Venom and Carnage with the help of Black Cat, and as the two drive the symbiotes away, Toxin begins to chase after them, and that's when Spider-Man tells him, he calm down, the monsters are gone. Toxin sits down asking, will there be a next time? And Spider-Man says, most definitely. Toxin begins to retract, and Patrick asks, so now we have to live our lives, day in and day out, knowing that those creatures could turn up at any day. Spider-Man tells him, well, yeah, that's the long and short of it. As he heads off, Patrick says, that guy's his new role model. Always so together with the whole being a hero thing. Felicia then says, under the skin-tight, sexy outfit, this is a scared little boy. But come on, he's going to walk him home. Later, Patrick leans over Edward's crib, stating that at least his son will grow up into something useful. As he turns, he looks down to see Edward sucking on a finger that fell out of his pocket from the cemetery. He grabs it, shouting in his mind that he just ruined it. He defiled his home. After taking the finger and throwing it into the river, he decided that it was time. It was time for him to leave. He tells his wife, when she asks him it's a joke, is there another woman? If there is, they can figure something out. They can make it work. His parents went through a rocky patch when his father met the desk sergeant. They can work it out too. Doesn't he love her and little Eddie? And Patrick tells him that he loves them so much. Please don't hate him for this. He just can't explain it right now. So he walks down the street thinking that even though there is a creature called Toxin inside of him, he will try and use it for good. He has left his old life behind, and now it's time to take after Spider-Man. Accept what's inside him and never forget who he is. He must always do the right thing. And there you have it. The birth of Toxin and Venom versus Carnage with Spider-Man mixed into there. It made an amazing sandwich. It was like a sandwich of web slingers. It was awesome. Matter of fact, Dan said I shouldn't raise my hands and bring them to the screen. I'm just going to do this for the end of the video. Over by my right hand, you'll find all of our Spider-Man videos. Over by my left hand, you'll find the Venom videos. Are you amazed by my jazz hands? Woo! Spider-Man Renew Your Vows is a universe in which Spider-Man stayed married to Mary Jane. They also had a daughter. Mary Jane is getting her powers by taking them from Spider-Man due to a suit that allows her to basically steal his powers. And their daughter has powers. Well, what if Mary Jane became Venom? I know, that came out of left field, but the story's awesome. Check it out. In our last video, young Annie was invited to attend Xavier's school with the gifted youngsters, and while Peter and Mary Jane were in disagreement on if she should be going or not, Magneto and his mutant brothers attacked. At the end, we found that Emma Frost was the one influencing Magneto after Mary Jane gave her a powerful motherly punch to the face. Down in the streets below of New York City, Peter finds himself fighting against Mysterio, while Mary Jane tries to help their defeated daughter Annie. Peter punches into Mysterio, telling Mary Jane, I could really use some help here. I'm kind of not at full strength and you're nearby. If you're wondering about that, that's because Mary Jane has a suit that allows her to take some of Peter Parker's powers, allowing her to be another spider superhero. But Mary Jane doesn't answer. She continues to lift the subway car off of Annie, their young daughter, who is also a superhero now. Just then, Peter can feel his power being drained as she is using more of it to lift the subway car, and then it's thrown into Mysterio. Mary Jane goes back to helping up Annie, and as she picks her up, Annie's body begins to disappear. And she shouts, "What is going on?" Peter hugs her, telling her, "It's okay. Annie was never there. It's Mysterio's thing." As the two of them hold each other, Mary Jane says that she just drained all of his power because she couldn't control herself. Maybe it's time for her to stop playing superhero. Peter tells her, "Don't be silly. I've been doing this for years. And you've been doing this for what, 2 weeks? Plus, in that time, I've never taken anyone out by throwing a freaking subway car at them." Later that night, though, the mother of Normie Osborn, Liz Allen, begins to get ready for her interview with RNN.
Sorry, guys.
Liz explains that her and Allen Biotech will be making the future for organic biotechnologies. Their goal since the fall of Regent is to focus on using their technologies to create new organic.
That shading's hell of a dark.
Not only that,
No matter what background I put to it, it's not doing as well as I wanted it to. But well, it's not on camera. On the screen, it's okay. It's okay. But what you're seeing is more. It's a lot darker than it actually is. A hell of a lot darker. But again, I'm using my screen camera, my face camera to actually to record this. So what I will definitely do is take a picture of it once it's finished and post it up on Instagram so you can actually see the shading. Oops, sorry, you can actually see the shading as it actually is. And in a minute, I'm going to put on the black lines, and maybe they'll take away from they'll take away that but sort of the dark shading, because it's just a bit too dark for me personally. Oh, excuse me. There's nothing I can do with the face now because it's too far gone. I can't rewind it, if you know what I mean.
Knocking over a robber and then sits back down stating, "I did it, it was all me."
I'm going to get on with this guitar now.
As she goes to bed early, she begins to sleep. She starts to see her and Annie running down a back alley. Up ahead, Peter is struggling with Venom, and he shouts for them to stay back. Mary Jane runs in stating that she can help, but Venom punches Mary Jane back, telling her, "You really thought that you could save him? You have no control here." Just then, Annie screams for help as the black walls begin to grab and pull Annie inside of the black liquid. Mary Jane tries to grab her hand, and as the walls absorb Annie, Venom grabs Mary Jane, telling her, "There's nothing you can do now." Mary Jane screams at her, and as she opens up her eyes, she sees herself hanging from underneath a bridge. And then she just leaves. How did she get there? Two garbage barge workers see a splash, and as they look over, they see Venom jumping out of the water, mouth wide open, ready to eat. The next morning, Peter wakes up and notices Mary Jane's not in bed, and he sees her downstairs eating. He says that she seems rather chipper for, 7 a.m. in the morning? Mary Jane stuffs her face full of pancakes and shouts, asking, "Why have we not tried these? They're amazing! I can eat 100 of these! I also made bacon for everyone, and I ate all of that too!" Peter asks if everything's okay. And Mary Jane hastily tells him, "Honestly, I've never felt better. It's like a new me." And as she says that, the image of Venom can be seen in her eye. After breakfast, Mary Jane drops Annie off to school in her new suit. As she leaves, Peter follows closely behind, telling himself that something has gotten into her. As he watches, though, he says the suit is even new, which does remind him that, nah, that can't be. But then again, Mary Jane is swinging around, not using his power. The Spidey sense goes off, and up ahead, a few robbers begin to thief on the security team for an armored truck. Mary Jane effortlessly takes out the bad guys, and as Peter watches, he asks himself if he's been a bad husband for fighting his wife. But right now, he's never been more okay with being a bad husband. Before long, Mary Jane starts to choke one of the robbers to the point where he can't breathe. So Peter swings down, telling her to let go. She doesn't respond, so he grabs at her, forcing her to let go, and he shouts at her that "You're acting like a maniac." She struggles free, telling him to just let her go.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Nicole Jean.
Later that day at the Daily Bugle, Peter hears a story from Betty about a barge.
You done any more videos today?
Monster. J. Jonah Jameson shouts that he is not putting that kind of crap out unless they have proof. Now go get me something, like what Normie Osborn's been up to.
Oh no, I've just realised what I've done. I've got the guitar, which has a webbing on it, and I hope I put the webbing on the right layer. No, I didn't. I can't go back. Oh, I'm an idiot. Right, I've got strings to put in, haven't I? Maybe I'll just pretend they're not there. Or I could.
Just then, the Spidey sense goes off, and Peter finds Mary Jane on the roof of her work, struggling with Venom. The symbiote is trying to take her over. As Peter asks what's going on, Mary Jane tells him to run, and then Venom takes over, smacking Peter away, shouting, "Not fast enough." Venom runs over, grabbing Peter, and through Venom's eyes, all Mary Jane can do is shout for him to stop.
No,
But
an
Venom tells
easier way
Mary
of doing
Jane,
that.
"No,
Wait a
he's
second.
the man that killed Eddie and left me for dead. Eddie was my family." Venom goes back to fighting against Peter, cutting away into his stomach. And Mary Jane screams for him to get out of there. While Venom holds Peter down, Peter manages to stick a device into Venom's arm, and he tells Mary Jane not to panic. He's going to need her to use some of that famous Mary Jane Parker willpower and break out of there. The device goes off, shocking Venom, and inside, Mary Jane breaks free of Venom's grasp. In the real world, Venom shouts, "Spider-Man is a coward! I will kill her too." Peter notices Venom yelling, not at him, and he says, "I'm kind of over here, Venom." Inside of Venom, Mary Jane tells Venom to bring it. In the real world, he shouts, "Good pleasure." Peter continues to watch Venom, yelling at nobody, and he tells it, "You know, I'm ready to fight you whenever you're ready to fight me, Venom." Venom starts aimlessly swinging, and Peter tells him, "I gotta admit it, I didn't peg you for the dance-off type." Then, as Mary Jane hits Venom on the inside, his real body goes flying against a wall. Peter runs over to check on his wife, and as Venom receives Peter,
I actually got no idea what an actual guitar looks like, because I've never played one. And never really seen one up close, other than like on TV and stuff. My friends do play the guitar, but they always hide them away from me. I think I'm going to break them.
Peter sits down beside Mary Jane, telling her, "You don't. But whatever we have to go through, we will do it."
It's a little bit clumsy.
Mary Jane waits for a moment and then says, "Liz Allen." Peter asks, "Why would she do that?" Over at Liz Allen's office, she asks Miss January if Normie has come to its senses. January says that she's afraid not. Project MG is close to completion. He's as single-minded as everyone else. Liz pours himself a drink and says, "It's all right. She took some precautions. Spider-Man should be experiencing some domestic issues now." She then takes her drink and says that if Normie is bent on destruction, she'll clear the path. She can't lose him. She will not lose her son. And there you have it. Renew Your Vows still continues to be probably my favorite Spider-Man story right now, but that's besides the point, because the Venom and Mary Jane plotline is continuing because she still has that symbiote. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to get the next part of Spider-Man Renew Your Vows. Click the link down below to be able to purchase it or explore that series yourself. Click right here for the last video in the Spider-Man series, and click right here for more stuff from YouTube.
It'd have to be super duper. I might put a few more scrapey lines on it.
Time to get back to Amazing Spider-Man. One of my
But what have I got in textures? What have I got in textures?
But it's time to tell you how Parker Industries is done and the final battle between Otto Octavius and Spider-Man. At least for now. We know how comic books work. Anyway, I'm going to be going into that story right now. The fall of Parker Industries. It takes place during Secret Empire. Keep that in mind. In any stories that we skip on this channel, we will be giving you the information in the video. Hope you enjoy.
Okay, that's all Balin. It's giving me a pointer, so let's make it smaller. That's what I want.
In our last video, Peter Parker was hot on the trail of Norman Osborn and not pulling any punches in finding. With his personal feelings aside, Peter had to bring his fight to Osborn to a country that didn't invite, a U.S. invasion. Just before the fight could be won, Osborn managed to escape because Peter overthrew a foreign government using his own business. Nick Fury severed all ties with Parker Industries. Peter Parker has been doing well. He owns an entire industry known as Parker Industries, based upon which is a futuristic phone technology, very similar to an iPhone. But while Peter Parker has been battling against Osborn in his battle to remove Osborn as a threat to the world, he's been using every resource at his advantage and not keeping in mind that Parker Industries is an entire company with multiple people that are employed by him, working for him, and people using his phone for their entire daily life. He doesn't consider any of these things because he's Spider-Man and he has a fight against Norman Osborn. But there's someone else who has been a thorn in his side, someone who's been causing problems since the dawn of Spider-Man, and that is Dr. Octavius, Doc Ock. And while he may be dead right now, his mind has been downloaded, and it is being used again. But how will he get his body back? As a man drives by the Auto Empire, his passenger says that this will be fine, he can drop him off here. The passenger asks to be sure. All that's here is an old junkyard. He's not even wearing shoes. Might get tetanus or something. The passenger tells the driver that he doesn't really need to worry about that. He's in excellent shape, and in time, he shall be rewarded. The driver says, "Don't worry about it. This is just on the way." The man says no. We'll see.
All right, guys, I'm gonna have to
And on that day,
stretch and speed up a little bit because I've got to go and pick my son up because he's going to the opticians just after I finish this. So I've got to go pick him up from school and take him straight down there, guys. So I'm not going to leave it here. I'm going to leave be another 20 minutes and then I'm going to end it, guys. We have been going for quite a bit of time now, but
that is a storyline that we may cover.
It is a live stream, so you have enjoyed today's stream, guys, and you think you've learned a little bit, then definitely leave a like. Again, I'm still learning on the shading part of it, the drawing and all the rest of it. I'm getting there with it now. But if you have enjoyed today's stream, guys, again, don't forget to leave a like. My name is Blut084, BLUT084, Art and Games. Here every day on YouTube. If I'm not doing some art, then I will be playing a game. And at the moment, I'm still working on the Spider-Man PS4 game. So don't forget to check out that gameplay in the playlist, or it will be posted after the stream down below in the comment section. And if you want to find where I get this app from, guys, go check the last previous video where I actually put this and started digitizing it over on my down in the comment section there, which is again, this is a completely free app called Critter, and you can get it to download. Don't be prepared that this has to be. You have to have a decent enough computer to download this because it takes quite a bit of power to use it. It's basically a completely free version of Photoshop, but as you can tell, it's not as up to spec as Photoshop is. But again, it's free, so why would I care? But if you want to definitely know where I get all of this, guys, then I will leave it down below. Oh, sorry, I did leave it down below in the previous video, so go and check out where that's come from. But hopefully you have enjoyed today's stream. I'm not ending it for a minute, but I will be very shortly, just adding a few extra little bits. I'm not completely happy with this, guys, but again, I will post it up on my Instagram, so you can actually see the actual shading, because what you're seeing on screen now is actually quite a different shading, because I've actually got a lot more it's a lot more lighter tone than you're seeing on screen. Because I'm using my face cam. Because I'm using my actual face cam to record this, it's just darker. It's just the way the camera's working, I think. But again, I'll put it up on my Instagram, guys. Same name, different place. We're going to go and check that one out. But yeah, I'm a bit. And I will come back later on. I didn't play any game yesterday, guys, because I was just feeling a little bit too tired. And I had to be getting up early this morning to go to the opticians and things like that. And it's the wrong place. But yeah, guys, hopefully you have enjoyed today's stream. And you'll come back for some more. Next week, I'm not sure what my next project's going to be. In talks with another YouTuber at the moment. And we'll see what I can get, any ideas of her thing. She's called Nicole Jean. She's got herself a book out. So go and check her YouTube channel out, guys, and see what the book's all about. It's called The Veil. And hopefully I'll be able to get some ideas from her, maybe for the next stream. If not the next stream, then it will be for future streams. And definitely go and check that out, guys. Because I'd love to know what you think, and if you think I should draw some of her characters for her. And I would love to know what you think of the book too, because I think it's quite a good one. Well, I've heard of it so far.
He puts on the Spider-Man suit and he walks into Parker Industries, telling the workers not to be afraid. He's just going up to his suite before the boss man shows up. But aren't you guys working awfully late? He then looks around asking, where's Gerald? Gerald works nights, right? One of the workers tells the others that he's on to them, and then they jump at Spider-Man shouting, Hail Hydra! Just as Spider-Man begins knocking everyone out, a voice calls over the intercom that all agents are to stand down. Spider-Man's business tonight is with him. Spider-Man gets back up and he begins to walk towards his office, telling everyone that they are still fired.
There is a way of bending these, but I don't like the bendy tool in this.
knows that voice. But why don't they
You
go
can't even
ahead
see
and
those,
tell
I
them they are?
expect.
Bad guys love
You can just about
the
see
man
them.
sitting in Peter's chair says, "Really? There's no need for such histrionics. We know each other quite well. After all, I did walk a mile in your shoes." Spider-Man says that he figured it was Doc Ock. How did you survive? Clone body? And Otto gets up telling him.
That circle's way too big. Gonna get rid of
This
that.
one is far superior. Spider-Man then asks, "Why are you working with Hydra? That's even a bit low for you. So how about we both just go to New York and work some things out so that we can make a new start?" Otto yells, "Silence! It is I who have an offer to extend. Since we have so much of a kinship since we shared your body, I would like to offer an opportunity to peacefully transfer ownership of Parker Industries to me." Peter tells him, "Why would I give you my company?" And Otto stops and telling him, "No, it was my company. It is I who in your body launched this company. Even afterwards, it was my consciousness trapped inside of the living brain that hacked systems and manipulated the market to favor you. When no, I have neither the time nor the patience to wrestle with pride. Will Parker Industries be released to me or not? An answer is required." Peter says, "I require you to eat my wet shorts. This is my company and I've never given it to you." Otto tells him, "That is disappointing, but hardly surprising. Now, once again, my hand is forced." Soon an image of Manhattan appears as a dome appears over the borough. The image then changes to a news station and they report that all communication has been cut off from Manhattan. But the origin of the bubble seems to be coming from Parker Industries. Otto says, "It's all lies and poppycock, but nevertheless effective. Now the world will blame Peter Parker for Manhattan's dark fate." Spider-Man lunges at Otto, throwing him against the wall, and Otto wipes off his mouth, asking, "Was that your best shot?" Spider-Man webs up Otto's eye, tackling through the wall, telling him, "Not even close." But as Otto zaps the web off of his lens, his mechanical arm throws Peter into the ceiling, and he says, "I know your tricks and how to counter them." Spider-Man quickly webs up the nearby coffee pots, throwing them into Otto's face, and just before he can deliver the final punch, Spider-Man hears a beep. A hollow image of Tony Stark appears, and he says that this is for any and all Avengers that are left. "If you can hear this, your services are required."
And don't forget, guys, in the background you can hear Comic Storian, so go and check them out if you want to know where I get these playlists from that I listen to when I do my art streams. Hopefully you'll be able to hear a little bit more in the future. And if you want to hear any more stories from them, if you just want to watch my art and listen to the stories, then in every stream I do listen to Comic Storian when I draw Spider-Man, and if I do any DC, I'll listen to them as well. They have a brother company, which was not supposed to be their brothers, but they work together, they live together, and things like that. And they're called, and he's called Comics Explained, which he explained. It's less of a theatrical version. It's more explaining what the comics and what's happening in the comics. Keep you up to date in a different kind of format to what he's doing here now.
Psylocke tells Otto not to make her read his mind. Out with it. "What do you want?" Otto says that he would like full access to Parker Industries San Francisco. There are a few paltry items inside which interest him. One of the mutants tells them that this is their place. Now, he doesn't get to make any demands. And as he finishes, Otto grabs him, throwing him across the city, stating, "Are we in agreement now?" Good. He hits a switch on his glove, shorting up a T in the eye in Parker Industries, stating, "There we go." As he leaves the Hydra agents inside, he tells them that they have 20 minutes. Hard drives, office files, server blades, they want it all. As the agents begin pulling out equipment, Otto waits, stating that that's intriguing. Spider-Man and him shared a mind. Certainly he would have made a move by now, so where on earth could he be? And over in the Shanghai office, Spider-Man tells all of the workers that Otto Octavius is coming and he wants to raid his place. He's going to want
Oh, bumless squat.
So if they work together, they can. And one of the workers shouts that this isn't a Chinese company, it's his American company, and America's already Hydra. So as far as they're concerned, this is pointless. Another yells, "Yeah, Spider-Man always receives help from other heroes. Who's going to help you this time?" And Spider-Man tells them, "You are, all of you. You're going to get a chance to be heroes today." But before he could go on, Min whispers that she started to interrupt, but who would like to see him? Says that is very important. He runs down into the labs asking what's going on, and Lynn's mother sees Peter stating that this
wish
is
I could bend those.
for what's happening. Peter tells Mrs. Tang that it's an honor to meet her. Her daughter has been
Maybe I can.
Her work on
There's now one of the tools up in the corner.
Mrs. Tang laughs, stating that she gets that from him, but Dr. Wu pulls Peter aside before Mrs. Tang can go on, telling him that she would like to thank him. Neither his government nor the private sector have poured as many resources into cancer research as Parker Industries. He places power and responsibility over profit and reaps the greatest reward of all, a daughter spending more time with her mother. Lynn then grabs her spider helmet, stating that she once betrayed him, and he gave her a second chance and she will not waste it. She'll be in the vehicle bay with the equipment. Everything that
I don't know how this works.
As soon as he gives the word. Later, over in the Green Labs, Dr. Philip Chang asks Peter, "You would like me to do what now?" Peter tells them to be ready to destroy all of his equipment in a moment's notice. File, notes, backups, all of it. And Philip tells them that he is close to a major breakthrough. It could change the world. If I was to start from scratch, I wouldn't be able to just pick up where I left off. Peter says, hopefully it won't come to that. But just then, the lights go out. The spider sense kicks in, and Peter runs to the window to see Otto making his way towards the building. He suits up, getting ready to go outside, and he radios to Lynn, telling her that they need to move out. And she tells the others, "You're the man, punch it." He heads to the roof, and Otto asks, "Evacuating so soon? That's the first smart thing that you've done in days." Just as Peter attacks, he asks, "Where's the rest of the army?" And Otto tells him, "I don't require an army. I have all the arms that a man needs." The spider inside, telling him, "Yeah, I don't walk into that one." He grabs a hold of one of the mechanical arms and then throws Otto off of the ledge. As Otto falls, he grabs onto the side of the building, stating that it would seem that they are evenly matched now. And Spider-Man tells him, "Please, you're the guy who created the sinister 6-to-1 odds. Let's see how you like it. Troops, move in." As Spider-Man snaps his fingers, a swarm of spider cars ride up the side of the building, and Lynn shouts they have him surrounded. "Just give the word."
I can't remember. I'm gonna get my book out, guys. Give me a second. If this is a webbing site or if it's actually because it's different.
He was there from the beginning, from his vertical operating systems down to his local.
It is pattern on his. My phone's gone. Come on, phone. What do I want you to do? Give me the book out.
As Otto finishes, all of the spider cars turn on Spider-Man. Spider-Man shouts, "What's happening?" Lynn yells, the controls are responding. All of the weapons are launched onto you, and all of the spider cars begin to steer towards Spider-Man. Otto says that he would like to welcome his new.
Oh, it is. Yeah, it's just double lines. You can see there, guys. Like I said, I've already drew it in pencil. Took it over to Critter. The lines are doubled up.
Is a constant one. Given enough time, they'll be able to find its signal. Inside Lynn's car, she begins to pull apart the computer, stating that she is disengaging from the computer interface and she would like to switch the system to manual. Once she crosses the right wires, the grip on Peter loosens, and he tells Lynn that the others might not be able to do the same, so he's going to need her to. But she shouts, "Keep the doc busy. You got it." Peter yells, "No! I need you to walk these guys through this." Back inside the server room, Otto begins to look around, stating that everything is right. They're all within her arms. As he reaches out, Lynn crashes through the wall, driving the spider car into him, stating she's going to have to ask him to step outside. On the other side of the building, Peter finishes webbing up the other spider cars so they don't fall, and quickly jumps into the office.
Oh, no.
As he heads into his office, he pulls back on the suit, he rushes to his computer to give an announcement to everyone. Once the connection is set, he tells everyone that this is it. He didn't want to have to make this call, but they're facing a hostile takeover, literally. Not by investors or another company.
Can't actually see that dot.
And he's listening in. If he were to get his hands on all of his data, it could be twisted into something helping the worst people on the world. It has been an honor to work with all of you at this company, but it's time to tear it all down. Do you hear that, Doc? I'm calling it now. Parker Industries is no more. Every department, activate worm viruses now, company-wide, wipe of all of the systems. As Otto fights with Lynn, he shouts, "What are you doing? What idiot would destroy a global empire just to keep it out of my hands? Who could be that petty, Parker?" Back inside, before Peter can even finish his speech, everyone begins destroying everything, and some of the workers
There's also no spider on his chest,
over to Peter's office, he activates
which
the slip, revealing a suitcase.
I thought was strange.
And as he opens it up, he smiles.
Is there that many?
It's been a while, but now it's time for secret weapon number 2.
There
He
isn't.
radios to Philip. Philip tells him that the device is calibrated and he can send it to Spider-Man to pick up. Now onto the last part. Philip takes out a matchbook and tosses the match into a stack of paper. As the fire burns, he says that he was so close to perfecting green energy. Wu tells him that it could have been a potential weapon in the wrong hands. Now they must leave. They've done their part. Back up top, Peter jumps onto the building, punches into Otto, asking him, "Did you miss me?" And Otto shouts to him, "Shut up! Everything that I built is now ruined." And Peter tells him, "Yeah, I'm that kid who just flipped over the whole board game table. So even if you do win back your kingdom, it'll be a kingdom of ashes." Otto clenches his fist, telling him, "I know your Achilles heel. Remember Osborn's electromagnetic pulse? Well, this vision will rip that spider suit to shreds." As the pulse hits, it begins to tear away the suit, and as Peter catches himself, he's still in his costume, his old, original, non-enhanced version. He asks, "How do the old underoos look? This is really the only suit that I've ever needed to defeat you, Otto. And here's something else that's going to help." He presses a small button and using the signal that Philip and Wu locked onto, he releases an EMP wave, shocking Otto's suit and rendering
No, don't do that.
They begin to flail around, and as one hits Otto, Peter asks, "Why give in yourself?" Otto shouts that he is nothing but a juvenile. But obviously, you don't care for your friends. Otto begins to web away, telling him that that pulse would have disabled the magnetic grip on the spider cars, so you better hurry before they fall to their deaths. Peter asks him, "Are you bluffing?" "I can't risk it." And as Lynn radios in that the clamps are still holding, Peter begins to follow, yelling that he falls for it every time. As he reaches the roof where Otto landed, all he finds are the mechanical arms in Otto's mask. He grabs the mask, realizing that he has no idea what the new Otto Octavius looks like. And it looks like he's going to have to catch him another time. Later over at Hydra Base 1, Artem Zola tells Otto that his mission was a complete success. Parker Industries is in shambles, just as their glorious leader, Stephen Rogers, intended. In fact, he wanted to pass a message along to him that he is one of his finest soldiers. And Otto says to tell Steve that he is honored. Now, in the back of Otto's head, he yells, "Look at me, reduced to a mere lackey. Everything I've built is now in ruins, but one day there will come a reckoning." And there you have it. Peter Parker is now back to being Parker-like. I have nothing to my name, Peter Parker. And in the next story arc, he's sleeping on Bobby Morrison's, or not Bobby Morrison, Mockingbird's couch. Is it Bobby Morrison? I don't know. And let me know in the comments down below if I'm wrong or right. I swear, I'm going to watch live footage and watch you guys content. I'll look at it for after this video is done. You can let me know, but I'm going to look at it for after this is done. Anyway, if you want more Spider-Man, click right over here. If you want the next story in the Spider-Man arc, let me know in the comments down below, so maybe we can put it in front. You can find out how he sits on our couch. It's a lot more interesting than I'm making it sound right now. And subscribe if you feel that we've done such a good job that you want to stick around, because we would really appreciate it.
Okay, right. I believe that's pretty much all I can do today. I decided it's going to thing. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed today's stream, and don't forget to leave a like if you have liked it today. And as always, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to come on back to catch some more of me drawing, either on paper, which I'm a lot better at than I am in doing it on digital. And guys, hopefully you have enjoyed it. I'm just going to do a few more little details and ask you to go over to Instagram, because I'll be posting this this afternoon, so you guys can actually see it in all glory. As I think the shading here is coming across way too dark than it actually is.
That touch of madness. He needs him. So Norman tried visiting doctors, psychiatrists, even acupuncture.
And if you want to know where you can find Comic Storian,
however, after Norman's acupuncture session,
I will try and remember if I still have time at the end of the stream, because I have to go and pick my son up in a moment from school, because we're going to the opticians today, because I've already been, but he needs to go as well. But I will be back this evening to play some more Spider-Man PS4, as we've got some more challenges set by the Taskmaster, which we've got to get some more tokens for that, so we can upgrade the suits, get some more suits, because we've got a hell of a lot more suits going on now, guys. And yeah, check it out later. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, so you know when I've gone live. Again, my name is Blut084, BLUT084 Art and Games, here every day on YouTube, occasionally on Mixer, but every day and night over on Instagram, guys. Same name, different place. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you have enjoyed it today. I'm pretty much done now. But I will be back this evening for some more Spider-Man PS4. This is coming to the end of my stream for Punk Spider-Man. Check out how we did it on paper in the previous streams in hashtag 1, 2, and 3 for sketching. Every step of sketching, every step of inking, every step of colouring it in with Copic markers. That's hashtag 1, 2, and 3 on paper, and then we come over to Critter. I teach you how to do the layers, which you can see in the right-hand corner of the screen there, and a few use a few more sketching tools today if you've just joined me, guys. Just check all of those out if you want to learn how to draw Punk Spider-Man. But if you want me personally to draw something for you or a character out of something else, then don't forget to leave your comments in the comments section down below, and I will do that for you guys. Otherwise, check back on later streams where I'll be playing some more games and drawing some more art. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. I'm going to say, have some fun. Hopefully learned a little bit today. I've learned a little bit today, and I'll be getting any better each time I go. Okay, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.
The monk takes Norman back outside.